What's up, guys? Welcome to Wind Down Wednesday. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Just waiting for a couple people to join. I don't want to be late, so I got here early. I hope you guys have your drink. Y'all can let me know what y'all drinking on. We winding down today. We're doing virtual happy hour. You know, we can't get out like we used to. We're not used to being locked up in the house like this. And now they saying a lot of stuff is like open for people to go in and do whatever, but then they still have all these stipulations and stuff still closes early and all this other stuff. So I'm just waiting a few minutes to let a couple people get on. If you on here, say hello so I can know you on here, give you a shout out or whatever. Tonight we're talking about dating with a purpose. What's up, Jessica dear? How you doing? I know it's about 8 o'clock now, so we're going to get ready to get started. So we're just winding down. I hope you guys bought your drink. Let me know what y'all sipping on. I have a mimosa. That's what I'm drinking. What's up, Tammy? Michelle, how you doing? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I know some people be rolling a little bit late. I put that we start at 8, but you know how it is. You know, some people be on colored people time, whether they colored or not. But we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So we got Wind Down Wednesday. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. we're gonna have a discussion, a little relationship chat about different things in relationships, whether it goes to family relationships, children relationships. Like, you know, sometimes you gotta get out and kind of wind down because it's been a long week. You done had school, you had work, you had boyfriend drama, you have homegirl drama, you got family drama, and now it's time just to wind down. We just gonna sit back and just have a little chat about, you know, whatever, anything relationship wise. So tonight I have the conversation is gonna be on dating with a purpose. Last week, we started talking about sex and relationships, and we kind of got cut off a little bit early. So I kind of wanted to get back into that. What's up, Alicia? I want to get back into that a little bit, but I kind of wanted to kind of get into dating with a purpose. I have some people that sent in some questions as well that I figured that maybe we could touch on if we get done a little bit early. So anyways, we're going to start first with dating with a purpose. If we have a little time, we're going to get into a little bit of sex talk and relationships and just little things that you need to be doing to keep your relationship going. So I have a member in the Facebook group. It's called First Comes Love. It says like the do's and don'ts of relationships. So we're basically talking about like things that you should do and that you should not do in your relationship to keep your relationship live. So, tonight, I have a guy that's in the group. He's supposed to be on here. I don't know if he's on here yet, Antonio Evans. But he's always commenting and talking about dating with a purpose. And I thought to myself, I was like, that's a really good subject because a lot of people date, but we just kind of date to date, but we don't really date with a real purpose. And then we wonder why things are not going our way when we start dating. And that thing is echoing. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, we don't know why things are not going our way in our relationships, but it's kind of like we get, like, especially, like, sometimes, okay, a woman might get with a man because he got a little bit of money, and they want a little bit of money, or they want a little bit more stability, but that's all they're looking for. So it's kind of like when you go in just looking for a certain thing as far as, like, money or sex or whatever. Oh, you just tagged him in. Thank you. If you go into a relationship looking for money, sex, or certain situations, it's kind of like you kind of get what you want out that relationship. And once it's done, it's kind of done. So he was saying more like you have to date more with a purpose, which makes sense. Like you have to go in there with a real reason for something for a lifetime, not just temporarily. If you go in looking for something temporarily, you're going to just kind of get a temporary situation, which a lot of people are getting now. I know there's a lot of women and a lot of men that are just kind of dating just to date. And then they find themselves in like a lot of meaningless relationships because it starts out good, but then after that, it's like things just kind of fade away. And before you know it, like this person is dating somebody new. And then think about it. Have you ever been in a situation where you dated somebody, but then they ended up getting with somebody like right after you, where they ended up getting married and certain things? It's because certain people hold people to certain standards. Like if you get into a relationship with no real purpose for your dating, but sex or money or certain situations, what's up, Sabrina? Then that's all you're probably going to get. Like people are going to give you what you expect in your relationship. What's up, Mikhail? If you go in there saying, okay, I just want to have sex, I just want to do this, then that's all they're going to give you is sex. If you go in there saying, okay, I want to have a child, I want to get married, certain things, if they want to be with you, they have no choice but to give you what you want eventually. Even if it takes a little bit more time to get there. What? Okay. Yes. What's up, Gerald? Jessica Beer said, it happens more than it doesn't. What do you mean by that? Like, dating with a purpose, like, what do you mean it happens more than it does? I need you to comment underneath there. And you guys, listen, this is virtual happy hour, so I hope you guys have your drink, because we kind of unwinding tonight. This is Wind Down Wednesday. This is for, like, this is the hump day, and I chose Wednesday because I know it's a day that everybody's kind of just excited. The weekend is about to come. You already had a long beginning of the week. Listen, we going through stuff. It's quarantine now. We don't really know what to do with ourselves right now. We kind of just got to get out there and do what we got to do. I'm used to going to happy hour, sitting down, talking to my friends, having some real grown-up conversation. And now I figured I'll bring this to the table, to the live, because of the fact that I feel like this is meaningful. Like, you grown, you 20 and up, 30 and up. We grown and sexy right now. We ain't with all this going out and just chilling. We want to sit at home. We want to chill. We want to have a good drink. But we want to have some good conversation with some people that have a good conversation with us. So this is what this is. Wind Down Wednesday. Invite your friends. Share the video. Tag them in it. First Comes Love is probably going to be, eventually, we're going to say this is going to be the livest group on Facebook. Right now, we're almost up to 700 people. To me, that's a lot. I mean, some people looking at like thousands and this and that, but to me, I'm happy just having even a couple hundred people that will actually join in, come into the conversation. This is good for me. Jessica Bear said, I'm the one before the one. What do you mean by that? You're the one before the one. We talk about dating with a purpose, guys. Not just getting with somebody because, okay, you just want to have sex, fellas. We ain't talking about just getting with somebody because you want to get some money, females. We talking about you want to have a long-lasting, lifetime relationship. I mean, we all been there. But you know what? Antonio Evans, he's not on here yet. But he brought up a good conversation that I felt like, okay, this is something that we need to touch bases on. He asked why... He said females in general, which I don't feel like it's just females. I feel like it's males and females. He said, why do females wait until they're about to hit the wall to decide if they want to date with a purpose? Like, why do they wait until it's just like everything is messed up in their life to decide now all of a sudden I want to date a man that's going to marry me, that's going to give me children, that's going to do, what's up, Esther? That's going to give me what I want. And I mean, that's a good question because, like, I feel like as females, we sell ourselves shorts, but it's not just the females, it's the males as well. Because think about it. How long does it take a man to decide that he wants to settle down? Like, how many times do they have to go through stuff? How many times do they have to try out a million different women or whatever the situation is before they decide, okay, I want to marry this woman. I want to be good to this woman. Then some of the men get with women and still decide, okay, I still want to try out whoever and see how they are and how they're going to do. Like, when do we get to our breaking point where we decide, okay, this is it. We want to be with somebody that really wants to be with us. We're not just going to settle for anything anymore. So I thought that was a really, really interesting conversation. He just said women. And I felt like, okay, he said women, but I feel like men do this way more than women do. I feel like women are a little bit more ready than men, but sometimes we have to sit back and kind of wait until the man is ready, until they're done doing what they're doing. And sometimes as women, like, now we're getting a little bit more empowered where we come in and we actually decide to date around and do certain things that is not really normal for a woman. So dating with a purpose, When is it the time in your life where you feel like you need to date somebody for a purpose, not just for a temporary thing, but something for a lifetime, like the point that you want to be with somebody for the rest of your life and you're just tired of playing games? Like, why do we wait until it's just too late, or until we're about to hit a wall, or until we just have no other options to decide that we want something real with a person, especially when you have somebody that has your back? Junior said when women hit brick walls is in that situation these days, they're turning bisexual. Where did that come from? Junebug. What's up, Junebug? He said that women are turning bisexual when they hit a brick wall. Like, why does it take so much for us to decide that we want something real in our situations, that we want a real relationship, that we want real love, that we don't want anything temporary? I mean, let me tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you, with this new music that's out, I like it, but in a way I feel like, especially for the young girls coming up, it's like a bad influence. Like listening to the city girls and people that's telling you don't love no man, don't do this. Then you listening to the amigos and this person and that person that's telling you don't love no female, and all these females is hoes and whatever the situation is. I feel like it don't make it no better, because it kind of puts you in a mind frame that, okay, I can't love a man, I can't love a woman, because of the fact that I feel like they're going to dog me out. So I'd rather dog them out before they dog me out. Then you do that so much to the point that now, okay, I'm tired of this, okay? I don't want to date somebody that has somebody else. Like, when is it just enough? Like, why would you date somebody that has somebody just to have a piece of a man? Like, what makes you feel in yourself that you are not worthy of a man or a woman that will just love you and only you? This is a question tonight. We talk about dating with a purpose. Like, when does the purpose come in your life? And it can't be when you're like 40, 30 years old. Like, nowadays, people are dying a lot younger than they used to back in the days. So now it's like to a point, like, you can't be like, yeah, you could be in your 20s and stuff. You want to have your free time and do you. And I guess it's good for people to have a time where they know they're not ready, that they don't mess with other people and what they're trying to do with their life. Like, you get with somebody and they're already settled. They got their money right. They got their jobs right. They doing everything that they need to do. But now all they're missing is a woman or a man. So why get with them and you know you're ready, or you know you're not ready, but they're ready. Like, why get with them and play with them and mess with their emotions at a time when they're not ready? Dating with a purpose. What's up, Marcy's? And Felicia Nicole said this generation is so traumatized that they can't make meaningful connections, which leads to don't need anyone, man or woman mentality. And I feel like that's true. A lot of people feel like nowadays they don't need people. But at the end of the day, people need people. People change people. Whether we think so or not, you get with the right man, you get with the right woman, they will change you into a better man or a better woman. You get with a wrong man or a wrong woman, they will bring the worst out of you. Like, I'm just so serious right now, because we're not even thinking to the point that, okay, like, this person, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get with this man today. You go to the club, you go to the bar, somebody's trying to talk to you. Sometimes we just lonely in ourselves that we like, okay, let me just talk to them. You know, we'll just see where it goes, whatever the situation is. Before you know it, you in a situation with a married man, a man that got dang on babies on the side and all kind of extra stuff, because you didn't take time to really get to know the man or the woman that you're trying to be with. You just got with a person because at that moment you was trying to fill a void. So sometimes when you dating, you have to date with a purpose. Like, to the point that you're not going to sit there and accept just anything that any man or woman is giving you just to have somebody around. You want somebody that will be purposeful, meaningful in your life. Somebody that will bring you, what is it called? Like, they're going to bring you success. They're going to bring you spiritual growth. They're going to bring you mental growth. They're going to bring you physical growth. You just don't want to date somebody that's going to be there and just give you sex every night. Like, what purpose is that bringing into your relationship? You can have sex with anybody in the world. If it's just about sex, you can have sex with anybody in the world. But at the end of the day, a lot of people have sex every day with people that they feel like they're going to be with, or these people feel like that they're in a relationship. Even though you think you're in a relationship, this man don't think you're in a relationship, because it was just sex to them. It was just something to pass their time until their woman or their man decided to get over what they was going through they little relationship situations. Now all of a sudden they back with their man or they female. And now all of a sudden, where are you stuck at? You just stuck over there on the side looking crazy and hoping and wishing for a family or for that love because of the fact that you just accepted anything just to have a man or a woman around temporarily. We go looking for temporary love, and that's why we can't find what we're looking for. And that's why we can't get into any meaningful relationships, because we're not really dating with a real purpose. What's up, Felicia and Samantha? How y'all doing tonight? Listen, I need to make sure you guys are sharing, liking, and commenting on this because of the fact that we are almost at 700 people in the group. We might have a little bit more now, but I don't know yet because, you know, I'm still kind of seeing what's going on. Jessica Barr said they have to provide a value, be an emotional, love, affection, ability to bring you out of your shell. I agree with that, because some women and some men, like, sometimes we're so reservative, or sometimes we done been through some things. Sometimes we done went through stuff with our past relationship, and we take our past relationships into our new relationships. The bad thing about it is we don't know if this person was going to be a really good person for us, and we just passed this by because we just so traumatized by our past relationship and what the last person did to us. But the thing is that, like, I did a thing before on taking accountability. And sometimes, like, yeah, we don't want to hear this, but sometimes it's kind of the fact that we just accepted whatever just to be not lonely at that moment, to look like we have somebody at that moment. Having somebody is not that important, especially if you don't have somebody that has your back and that cares about you, cares about your children. Don't bring these men, don't bring these women around your children, your family, and all this other stuff if they really don't care about you. They don't know anything about you. Like, you guys are just there. Like, we want stuff so bad sometimes that we just move so fast in a relationship. We move so fast in a situation that is not meaningful to us. We have to start dating with a purpose. Especially if you want something long-term, you want a marriage, you want whatever. Felicia said, I think in order to date with a purpose, you have to know your own purpose. You won't just settle for anyone once you are confident in yourself and what you have to offer. And I agree with you 1,000% with that. Because I feel like before I got to the point that, okay, I decided to go to school, get my degrees, you know, to decide to do this and do that and other stuff, that I'm like, okay, I bring too much value to a relationship just to sit there and just settle for somebody that's going to come around when they feel like it, if they feel like it, that's going to bring me around they family, they friends, if they feel like it, when they feel like it, that ain't trying to marry me, that ain't trying to do this, that ain't trying to do that. Like, at a certain point, you have to realize you are more valuable than this person is putting you off to be. Yeah, if they make you feel like you just whatever, then of course, at that point, then you just start feeling like, okay, it's whatever. Like, I might not be that important. But at the end of the day, you have way more to bring to the table than this person probably has to bring to this table. You know, like, you're a catch. We have to realize in ourselves that we are a catch. Men and females, like, we can't just sit there and accept, okay, this woman is going to try me any kind of way and do me any kind of way just because, you know, maybe I'm a little slacking on this. Maybe I'm a little slacking on that. I'm slacking in the sexual department. I'm slacking in this. But at the end of the day, you come home, you cook, you do this, you do that. Like, we have other things to offer. Yes, we're not going to be able to offer 1,000% of everything because we're not Superwoman, we're not Superman. But at the end of the day, we have to know our value. And at the end of the day, most men and women want somebody that is valuable to their life. That's why you want to date with a purpose. You want to bring somebody in that is valuable to your life. You have children at home. You want a man or a woman that's going to come home and show them what a mother should be like, what a woman should act like, what a man should act like. You don't want to just bring just anybody around just because you just want some temporary fulfillment. You could do that anywhere. Like, you don't have to bring them around your family. You ain't got to do all that. You could date them for a night and let them go. If that's what it is, just make it that that's what it is and just leave it at that. Red Man, what's up? How you doing? And then Junebug said, everybody share this live on your timeline. Thanks for the support. Feel free to engage into the comments as well. Thank you. I appreciate that. What's up, Eric? So, last week, we did get into a little bit, we did get into like our first Wind Down Wednesday. We talked about sex in a relationship. I had to end the live a little bit early. What's up, Sateria? I know who you are, but I don't know your name on Facebook, so don't get mad at me because I don't know the names. They told me I got to stop trying to pronounce everybody's names and certain things, and I just need to get on to the point. So this is just the feedback that I got. I did get some extra questions as well from people on Facebook. I had somebody also ask me, they sent me an inbox, they asked me something about cheating. They were asking, does cheating on the internet trump cheating over, like, in person? Like, is it worse for your partner to cheat on you through the internet or through face-to-face contact? This is just something from, like, people that are, like, sending me messages about different stuff that's going on in their life. So I did decide that for the Wind Down Wednesday, I do want to throw out certain questions to the viewers. Because sometimes, I don't have all the answers. I've been in a good, steady relationship now, a little bit over a year now. So I feel like I'm proud of myself, because I am trying and I'm actually, like, taking in somebody else's energy and being able to kind of work with a person just on a regular basis. It's because we are both actually dating with a purpose. Like, this person wants the same thing that I want. And at the end of the day, it's kind of sometimes hard to obtain it because of the fact that the minute that you're ready, they might not be ready. The minute that they're ready, you might not be ready. The stuff that they're on, you might not be on. It's just always like a constant clash. But at the end of the day, like, if you really want it and the same person that you are dating or whoever, they want it just as bad as you want it, it's not unattainable. That's what I'm trying to say. What's up, Sonny? So it's not unobtainable. Like, you can have a real relationship. You can have a real meaningful relationship with a man or woman as long as you guys are on the same page and you are in the same thought process of things. Even if it's not at the same time, you just have to know. You have to ask people, like, what do you want out of this relationship? What is your expectations of me? Like, what should I expect from you? I feel like we had a conversation in the Facebook group where we were talking about it before, and people are so afraid to talk to the people that they date and the people that they are in a relationship with. Whether you think so, you're in a relationship or not, if you're seeing this person all the time, y'all sleeping together, whatever the situation is, whether they have somebody else or whatever the situation is, you are putting yourself in a relationship. And this is the thing, even with men and women, when I have conversations with people, they're always like, oh, well, they're just cool. They're just this and that. And I have to let them know, you have to understand that engaging in certain conversation, if you have a man and you have a woman, certain things are just kind of off limits. And even though it seems innocent, you don't know what kind of projection you're giving this other person. You have somebody over here that's lonely. They don't have nobody. You are paying them attention. You are giving them extra attention that they're not used to getting. This person might think that y'all are in a relationship. They might think that this is going somewhere. They're working hard to get you because of the fact they feel like you're giving them attention that they're not able to get on a regular basis. Whether it's innocent or not, you have to be careful of how you approach people, how you talk to people, and how you deal with people when you're in a relationship. And a lot of people don't realize that. I feel like you can be cool with people, but you have to kind of know the difference. If you know that this is somebody that you could potentially be attracted to, they could be potentially attracted to you, certain things you kind of have to reserve the conversation or kind of limit it to what it needs to be. And that's what people don't realize. Like, you cannot get in there and be in a dating with a purpose with everybody. You said some be scared of disagreement that will cause a setback. What do you mean by that? Listen, I need y'all to let me know what y'all mean by what y'all are saying. I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, like, I don't get what you're saying. What do you mean some be scared of a disagreement because that may cause a setback? I understand disagreements. Oh, are you talking about basically that people don't want to have conversations with their partner because of the fact that they feel like it will put them backwards to the point that that person might not be as interested because they feel like now they're putting a little bit too much pressure on them or certain things. Like, I kind of feel like I know what you're saying, but I don't know personally because you're the one that's saying it and not me. So I don't really know. I'm just going to take my interpretation for what it means. But like we were saying before, a lot of people are scared. Like, you are not scared to have sex with this person. You're not scared to give this person oral sex. You're not scared to do certain stuff with a person that you should not be doing just with a random person. But you are scared to have a conversation with this person of what they want from you and what they plan to bring you in the future. Like, what are we? What are we trying to do in this relationship? Like, do you believe in God? Do you not believe in God? Like, there's certain questions that really need to be asked in a first conversation. Before you guys even get to sex, any of that stuff, like, you need to know if this person is on the same stuff as you. Are they family oriented? If they're not family oriented and you are, then yes, that might be a problem in the future, because you want a family, you care about your family, and this person, they just care about themselves and what they got to do. So you definitely need to have these conversations with your partner in your relationship, just to kind of see, like, are you guys dating with a purpose? I need you guys throughout this week, I need y'all to really think about your relationship that you're in, or what you're trying to be in, or the person that you might be attracted to and what they got going on in their life. Is this person purposeful in your life? Are they going to bring meaningful value to your life? Or are they just going to be there leeching off of you? Are they just going to be there for the benefits that they could get from you? Like, are they giving you anything in return in the relationship? Yes, we should not go into a relationship hoping and praying for a certain thing, but at the end of the day, a closed mouth don't get fed. And I don't care what nobody says. Yes, if you sit there and you just allow anything, that's what you're going to get. If you know you want something, you need to say something. I want to be married. I need to be married in this time. This is what I want. And if this can't happen and we're not on the same page, then yes, I probably need to move on. I feel like I want to live together. I feel like I want to know this person in a different type of way. You can't just tell your streets and tell your friends this. If you can't tell your partner the same stuff that you tell your friends about, then at the end of the day, like, what do you expect from your relationship? This person don't know what you're trying to do. So at the end of the day, you're not ever going to get what you want out of your relationship, because you didn't date with a purpose. You're not talking to them with a purpose. You're not asking them questions that are bringing you purpose. Like, at the end of the day, you're just there, you know. And then Jessica Beer says, if they can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. If they run after a tough conversation, then they don't belong with you, with someone that is open. And I believe that too. This is why I said getting that out of the way at the beginning will let you know if you're with somebody that is compatible with you or that will work with you. You don't want to be with somebody where you're pushing and they're pulling. Like, it just ain't going to work. You cannot be with somebody that you're at war with every day. Like, you don't have to go through so much. There are so many people that actually want what you want. Whether we believe so or not, like, the world is full of people. Sometimes you might have to travel. You may have to go to Africa. You might have to go wherever you have to go. But trust me, there's somebody out there that's more than willing to give you exactly what you want in a relationship. And yeah, this person might get turned off and they might not be with it. And you're right. If they can't handle the heat, they need to get out of the kitchen. That's not the person for you. And we have to be accepting that, yes, everybody that we come across is not the person for us. The people that we want sometimes don't want us. Sometimes the people that we need just don't need us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they'll leave out and they'll get with somebody else and give them everything that you've been hoping for and wanting from them. And you know why? It's not necessarily that they deserve it more or because they're a better woman or a better man. It's because they are vocal about what they want. They communicate it and they let them know that they're not going to sit here and settle for less. If you can't give me what I want in this relationship, then I'm about to be out. So guess what's going to happen? They're going to give them what they want in that relationship. Whether it lasts or whatever the situation is, they're definitely going to try to give them that, especially if they want to be with them, if they want to keep them around. Demetrius Haslett said, there also needs to be a room for growth. Their answers can't change over time. What do you mean by that? Listen, I get what y'all is saying, but I don't get what y'all is saying. Because everybody has their own opinion of what this means. I can tell you, I can break this down for what I think it means. There's also need to be room for growth. Their answer can't change over time. You're basically saying that they need to be able to open up. I mean, it needs to be space for you guys to kind of grow together and make mistakes together. But then you're saying that their answer can change. Oh, you said the answers can change over time. Okay, I get it. See, I was just being backwards. I didn't read that. I thought it said the answers can't change over time, because I was going to say that was a little bit condescending. But I get what you're saying. You're saying that basically you guys got to be able to kind of grow together and over time be able to kind of change up on each other as far as your thought process and how things are going. And I know people make decisions off of kind of how things are going and how they feel today. And that's one thing about people. People change daily. A person can want to be with you and love you to death today, and tomorrow they don't give a damn about you. Like, I know you guys seen plenty of relationships and situations where people get together and then tomorrow, like, they're up there fighting and arguing and going through it like they like at war with each other. They enemies. But just the other day, like, y'all was like the best of friends. So yes, people change and people change up on people. So I don't know about... I mean, people's answers can change over time, but I feel like at the end of the day, that's an undecisive person. And sometimes you have to leave them undecisive people to kind of linger in their own undecisiveness until they're ready and they have a more decisive answer for you. Like, you're going to find people that you ask them questions, and at the end of the day, like Demetrius is saying, is that they can kind of change their answers over time. So yes, today I want to be with you. But yes, tomorrow, do you still want to be with me? No, I don't want to be with you anymore. Yes, I know that certain situations and certain issues will come about to make a person change their mind. And I get that. A person might feel this way today and they're happy with you. But when you do one thing that makes them mad in certain things, they don't want to be with you no more. They're ready to throw in the towel. They're ready to be gone. Like, you have to know, is this person patient enough? Is this person like going to be able to handle me on my bad days? Because some days we have good days and we have bad days. This person fell in love with the good us, but are they in love with the bad us? Are they going to be able to deal with us on a day when we just like messed up or we just don't feel like being bothered? Are they going to spend the time to try to come see what's wrong with us? That's going to, whatever the situation is. And that's another thing too. Yes, people change. So sometimes it changes your outcome and your thought process of that person. And I get it. Like, you guys kind of have to know each other. And that's the most important thing, is getting to know the person that you are dating. You can date with a purpose, but if you don't know the person that you dating and what they really want and how they act on your good days and your bad days and certain things like that, you guys are always going to be in for bumpy roads. Like, y'all are always going to have an issue. Y'all are always going to have problems because people change daily. Today they will like you. Tomorrow they won't. You do one thing that pisses them off, they out. You do one thing that's not what they, agree to, they out. So it's like at the end of the day, getting to know the person that you're dealing with is kind of probably a little bit more important than even dating with a purpose. Because yes, we can know what we want. We can know what this person wants. We can want the same thing at that same moment, but tomorrow, like, our whole perspective changes. So you want to know that this person on your bad days, they still going to be down for you. They're going to, try to work it out. They're going to try to be there with you. That every time you guys get into a disagreement, they're not just going to be ready to leave and just throw in the towel and just don't even give it a second chance. So definitely get to know the person that you're trying to date. The person that you're talking about spending the rest of your life with, especially if you want to get married. Don't just be like, okay, I want to get married, so I'm going to just be with this person because he wants to get married. Yeah, that's a good thing, but what is he getting married for? Is he getting married for a green card? Is he getting married because he wants some money? She wants some money? Like, what is the situation? Like, really get to know your partner and what they doing. Date with a purpose is good, but at the end of the day, if you don't even know who the person is that you're dating, that's a problem in itself. And I'm sorry, sometimes it takes a little bit longer for people to get to know people. You definitely want to know the person that they're, like, you want to know their family. You want to know their friends. You just want to know everything about this person, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to determine whether they're going to be a good match for you. If they're going to be your better half. You want to get with somebody that's your better half. You're bad today, you're going through this, but this person's going to bring you up. They're going to make you feel better. They're going to bring you to a point that, you know what I'm saying, that today you just ain't with it, but they're going to bring you up. They're going to lift you up. Junebug says, so relationships should start with a vision board. I like the vision board idea. Like, I have not made one, and I've been trying to make one, but I think that it should. Like, you definitely want to start out with putting out, okay, in a year, I want to be married. Certain things is unrealistic, especially when you are in a getting to know somebody phase, but at the end of the day, it's not impossible. You can get what you want. Like, I've seen people get, back in the days, like, marriages and certain stuff, these people used to meet and get married, have arranged marriages, and these people are still married to today. I don't know if it's because people tolerate each other, which is going to be a whole nother situation. Because just because you're in a long relationship doesn't mean that you're in a happy, long relationship. Some people just tolerate stuff, or they just deal with stuff because they don't want to not be with this person or look like they with somebody else next week, whatever the situation is. But back in the days, I do feel like the marriages and everything lasted for a long time. Like, I don't know what the difference is with it today and not. And I don't know if it's just because of the fact that we're just not as tolerant, or because we listen to City Girls and we listening to Future and all these other people that don't have their life together that's trying to give us, advice. And I feel like even when I came out with the relationship group and everything, I felt the same way. I was like, I didn't have my life together, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to give you guys advice. I'm not trying to tell you that what I do is any better than what you do, because at the end of the day, like, we all human, we all make mistakes, whatever the situation is, but we just kind of have to learn from our mistakes. One thing about me, I'll learn from my mistakes. I might tell you my mistakes to kind of help you out in your relationship. I'm not going to tell you that what you're doing is bad or what I'm doing is bad, but at the end of the day, yes, we have to start looking into a purpose. And I feel like once I did start dating with a purpose, I found more what I was looking for. I got more what I wanted. But I put it out there on the table. Day one, I'm not dealing with this. If it don't go this way, whatever. And it's not just about what I want, what you want as well. But we just have to know that we are willing to work this together to get to a certain point. And if we not, let's not waste each other's time. And I don't have no problem telling nobody that. What's up, Reginald? Karen, how you doing? Coco. P Queen, what's up? Y'all can forward. Junebug said, good response. I know I'm a little bit behind, so I'm sure that it was to everything that I said because, I feel like everything I said was a good response. Not just because it's just me, but I feel like I'm being honest. Like, I'm just being truthful just off of my journey, because I done been through a lot of stuff with dating and everything, and I just know that sometimes I went into relationships with the wrong idea. Like, just to avoid being lonely, or just having somebody if I want to go out to eat with. We had this conversation too. A lot of females would take dates in certain situations just to go have a free meal. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I mean, we just need to make it known that, we ain't trying to be in this situation or whatever. These guys that come out, they going to spend their money, they going to do what they got to do to kind of get what they want to get you in that position. And before you know, you dating somebody that you ain't got nothing in common with. You don't even like this person. You don't want to be with them just because you wanted a free meal today. Yeah, Alicia, I see you laughing. That's your thing. We talk about that all the time. A lot of females, we go out for free meals all the time, and we get stuck in relationships and situations with people that all started out over a free Red Lobster meal or whatever the type of meal is. But at the end of the day, if you date with a purpose, you're not going to sit out there and get stuck with the wrong person just because you want a free meal today. We thinking presently, we ain't thinking about the future, long term, that this person, they just met me and they willing to take me out and do this and do that. They might be willing to just meet anybody and do that. And that's what we get. Eventually we meet somebody that's just willing to meet anybody and give them everything just because that's the type of person that we fell for, because we just wanted something temporarily. We wanted a free meal that day. Now all of a sudden we stuck with all the drama, with everything this person have going on, because now they meeting everybody, giving them free meals. What's up, Marilyn Hooten? Armando? Rashida? Rakita? Antonio Sanders, how you doing? Demetrius says, I'm saying if you're stuck on someone giving you the answers you want before you start, aren't allowing them the space to grow. In certain things. Even you as a person asking may want a different life that isn't what you thought you wanted to start. Being flexible doesn't always mean you are cheating yourself. Yes, having hardiness, but sorry. Gotta take a sip drink. Okay. Yes, having hardiness, but don't put yourself in a box that traps you. He's saying don't put yourself in a situation where you trapped for life just because this is what you think you want and this person is giving it to you. That you have the option to change your mind. And today this worked for you, but tomorrow it doesn't. But at the end of the day, where does that leave that person that's giving you their all and that's putting their all into you when you're undecisive? I understand, yes, we do have the option to change our mind. And it's like in this situation, like, how do you handle this? This person is with you. You think y'all on the same page, y'all doing the same stuff, but now all of a sudden they're not into this anymore. They don't care as much anymore, or you don't care as much anymore. But now you have somebody else that you are, basically you took their heart on as yours, and now all of a sudden you don't want this anymore. But you don't want to leave them. You don't want to hurt their feelings. So that's probably why a lot of people get in situations where they kind of cheat or be cheated in a situation, because people change their minds all the time. And I'm not saying you don't have the right to change your mind, because you do. But at the end of the day, when you are dealing with other people's feelings and their stuff, there's nothing wrong with changing your mind. Just talk to them about it. You know what I'm saying? As long as you put it out there, this is not what I want anymore. This is not going the way that I want it to go. I thought it was going to go this way, but now it's going totally different. Then you're not in the wrong. But you are in the wrong if you decide to drag them along and just find somebody that is more what you want today, even if you change your mind tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know about this changing the mind thing. If you say that you committed, a lot of people are not committing anymore because it's too easy not to commit. Like, you can get out there and just be with who you want when you want to. So, of course, why would you commit? And yes, you have the right to change your mind, and you don't have to have the same feelings today as you did yesterday, but you need to make that vocal to that person. Let that person know so they can move on with their life. Don't drag this person along because today you changed your mind, but tomorrow I still want to be with them. So now all of a sudden I have Jackie or whoever on the side until I figure it out, because now you're putting this person in the crossfire of your relationship. Then you're putting your relationship at risk with the person that is in the crossfire of the relationship. Like, it's just a big old messy situation. Yes, changing your mind, you have the option. You do have the right to change your mind, but you don't have the right to not be vocal about it and let people know that this is not what I want. And that's the thing with men in general. I get in trouble and get in Facebook jail all the time about this, because people, they think I'm a feminist, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, I am. I am for women's right, because I feel like sometimes women, we get the shorter end of the stick, because we're so to the point we have to let a man control the situation and what we do and how we do things. And then if it's not what the man wants or whatever the situation is, it's just not right. It just ain't going to work out that way. But no, at the end of the day, we have the right to change our minds as well. We have a right to be a certain type of way. And yes, I'm all for it. So yes, I might get put back in Facebook jail for this, but y'all talking all this stuff about women. Women are doing what we need to do. Sometimes it's the men that are undecisive. They don't know what the heck they want in a situation. Like, you might find a woman this much times. A woman get in there, they know they want to be married. They know they want to have kids. They know what they want from off top. It's just the man just feels like they don't have to give you what you want at that moment because of the fact that they have options. And yes, we have options too, but we're just not as willing to give up ourselves to just everybody and just anything just to kind of be temporarily satisfied. Sometimes we will if it's just the last option, but I feel like men are more willing to do it all the time than women. And men, if you feel differently about this, you need to speak up on the situation. I mean, you can put it in the comments. You can say what you got to say. Speak up for yourself. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. I feel how I feel. What's up, Don P? Jason Care. We got all these men in the group and ain't nobody saying nothing yet. Alicia Schuler said, I dated somebody and didn't get along with their family, so I knew it wouldn't work. Family is important. Family is important to me. And I feel like that's like the most important thing to me. A lot of people get with a guy or a woman and they cut off all their family and their friends. At the end of the day, the people that was there for you before the relationship, they're going to be there for you after the relationship. Now, if you get a hating family member or friend that just don't want to see you happy or don't want to see you doing nothing that they don't have nothing to do with or that doesn't go with what they want, then yes, that's a situation where it's okay not to feed into your family or friends with that. But at the end of the day, like, to me, I feel like my friends and my family is like the most important thing to me. And I would like to be with somebody that feels the same way. But yes, at times we do have to make decisions that if we are with family members and friends that are not beneficial to us and what we're trying to do in the future, then yeah, sometimes you do end up losing family and friends behind your relationships and stuff. Family is very important to me. I mean, it's not nobody in the world that's going to sit there and, you know what I'm saying, come between me and my family and my friends. But at the end of the day, if my family or my friends is coming between me having a healthy future relationship, because of the fact that they're being selfish and they want me to do what they want me to do, then yeah, sometimes we just have to be able to kind of pick between the two. So yeah, if you don't get along with the family, especially if you're a family-oriented person, you're definitely probably not going to, stay with this person. Demetrius said back then you were raised the same way and really left where you grew up. So it's easier to stay together. Today, we can explore outside our bubble. And sometimes too many options can be bad. And that goes back to what was sent to me, where somebody asked me, does cheating online or with somebody through the internet or whatever trump cheating with like face-to-face? It's harder for you to get a face-to-face reaction and meet people. Like, you have to be going out, you have to be spending money, you have to do all this stuff to meet people. Nowadays you can get on the internet and it can start with a hi. So yes, you can get with people and end up in internet relationships, long distance relationships with people that you ain't even trying to be in a relationship with. It's just because they're available at that moment. Now y'all can talk when y'all want to, but your girlfriend and your wife, they at work, they doing this, they doing that, they sleeping. But now all of a sudden you are free. You have nothing better to do. So I definitely feel like the internet dating or meeting people on the internet definitely trumps meeting people in person, because meeting people in person, sometimes you end up having to spend money to be in these places, do certain things. Then it takes a lot more courage to walk up to this person, talk to them, try to get to meet them. But if you're meeting people on the internet like that, you have way more courage. But a lot of people get catfished that way. I mean, I'm not with the internet dating. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I did try it before, but it definitely wasn't me. I don't think I ever really got into it. I didn't feel like I got anything meaningful out of it. And I just feel like I'm just an old-fashioned girl. I'm just with meeting people face-to-face, kind of getting to see who they are and how they react. Looking at people's body language. Like, body language says a lot. You can't see all that stuff meeting people on the internet. Yes, they're temporary. Some people might be long term. It just depends on how deep you are into those situations, but it is what it is. Gail Reddick, how you doing? Carl, how you doing? Cassandra, Bettina. Alicia Schuler said, Facebook police, lock her up. You want them to lock me up? I didn't even do nothing. I'm giving you guys great advice and you want the Facebook people to lock me up? I'm sure they probably will in the next couple of days. I had to kind of reserve myself from talking on Facebook, even saying stuff, because I know sometimes I get a little bit way too involved. And before I know it, I get a message saying that I'm blocked for like 3 days and I can't post or whatever the situation is. Demetrius said, perfect example. You may want kids, but they may have said they were open, but it's not guaranteed. Through life experience, you may move to wanting kids. At one point, I wanted kids. It was mandatory, but through living my life, I don't care if I ever have kids. Your goal in life evolves just based on what you experience. And that's true. I feel like sometimes it takes that person to like bring it out of you. Like, you may not want kids, but then you might meet somebody that is so motherly and so like good with kids that they make you rethink this and like, oh my gosh, if I have a child with this person, I know I won't have to worry about it. Because you can have a child with anybody. If they don't care about kids and they're going to take their kids and drop them off everywhere, then you're going to have to be stressed and worried about your kids 24/7, because now you have a mother or a father that don't really care about their kids. They just want to have a baby just to keep you guys connected, or whatever the situation is, whatever reason they want to have a baby. But yes, people change their mind, because yes, you might get with somebody that's so motherly and so loving, and that you know, okay, I could be anywhere and I don't have to worry about my child, because I know if I can't be there and do this, this mother will do it. So yeah, certain situations and being with the right person will make a difference. And that's another thing. Yes, we can expect things, we can date with a purpose, but if you're not that person that person is looking for, it don't matter how much you guys lie to each other, deceive each other, or just try to be that person wants you to be. If that ain't what you want, sooner or later, it's just not going to work. If you're not a good mother, you're not loving, you're not caring, like, it's going to come out. If you leave your child with anybody and just don't care because you want to hang out or you want to be with your man, it's going to come out. And people pay attention to that, whether we think so or not. So it's best just to be honest and just be truthful at the beginning. If it don't work for you, it don't work for you. But why waste your time sitting in that situation when you can move on to somebody else that don't, you know what I'm saying, that's on the same stuff that you on. Different strokes for different folks. What's up, Riri? Junebug said, I be waiting on the men to comment. I be waiting on them to comment too. And the thing about it is they ain't gonna say nothing, but later on they gonna come in and comment, and they gonna have all the stuff to say, and they gonna be like, I'm a man hater, whatever. And they just let me go in. And you let me go in too, Junebug, because you could be the man that's commenting and maybe getting these other guys started to say some stuff. A lot of guys, they kind of go along with what females say at the moment in time, and then later on, and they get mad at you because you done said some stuff that ain't what they want to hear or what they want to deal with. But if y'all be honest, men, from up front and be like, okay, like, yeah, you saying this, but this ain't what I'm on. A lot of men will go with what a female says because they want to get some. A lot of men are sexual beings. And just to get some, get bragging rights, certain things, man, if you feel differently, you can comment on this. They're going to go along with what you say until they get what they want. Or until that moment is past where they feel like, okay, I've had enough for today and I can move on. But then later on, they're going to come along and agree with what you say and then talk junk about you behind your back later on. Trust me, you know. I'm not going to say what I wanted to say because I'm sure I'm going to go to Facebook jail. What's up? That damn Danny and Alicia Schuler said different people bring out different results with the same person. And yes, we had conversations about this in the relationship group. So I want you guys, listen, if you can, please, please, please. We were at like almost 700 people. I don't know if we hit the mark yet, but I feel like if you guys like the group, the First Comes Love group, I mean, we have a lot of good, meaningful conversation in there. Yes, we laugh in there, we joke and everything, but at the end of the day, we have great conversation there. I think it's a great group, and I want to see this group grow. And it's not just because I'm the administrator or whatever the situation is. I mean, I want to see us all grow, you know, in our relationships and just everything that we're dealing with daily. Demetrius Haslett said depends on the man. It does. It depends on the man and it depends on the woman. Period. But I want to see this group grow. So I want you guys to make sure that you guys are liking, sharing, commenting. Invite a bunch of friends. Like invite a bunch of friends. And next week, we are in Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And it's coming to an end. And yes, I mean, I feel like this is definitely a good subject to touch bases on. We're going to talk about, Kevin, sure, how you doing? We're getting ready to close it out, but we are definitely going to talk about abuse in relationships and basically how love should not hurt, whether it's physical, mental, or spiritual. So next Wednesday, we're doing Wind Down Wednesday every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Make sure you tell your friends about it. Make sure you guys bring your favorite drink. We're doing virtual happy hour because, you know, if you used to happy hour period, I came down south. I work a lot. I go to school. I do all kind of stuff. So during the weekday and days when I have time, I like to just have a drink and sit down and talk to people that we can have grown up conversation. That's what the Wind Down Wednesday is. So every Wednesday on the relationship group, First Comes Love. I mean, I'll share the video outside of the group, but if they want to see it and interact, they need to be on the group. Make sure you tell your friends about it, and make sure you guys tune in next Wednesday at 8 p.m. I do have a special guest. We're going to be talking about abuse in relationships, basically how love does not have to hurt. And we want to bring up the subject as well about men being abused, because we talk so much about women being abused, but when men get abused, they feel like it's just a joke or, you know, it's this and that, whatever. So, yes, we have some real, it's going to be a more touchy situation next week. But I still want you guys to chime in and conversate and come in with us. We're talking for Domestic Abuse Awareness Month. We're going to end it out with our last, I think that's the last Wind Down Wednesday for the month. I don't know if it is or if it's not. But make sure you guys share, like, and comment. And I will see you guys next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Make sure to bring your drinks and let's sit down and have grown-up conversation. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight, and I will see you guys next Wednesday at 8 p.m. in the relationship group, First Comes Love. This week, I need you guys to share, comment, and invite. Invite all your friends, family, and everybody that might be benefited from this group and the conversations that we have daily. All right, guys, y'all have a good night, and thank you for tuning in. Bye.